Greetings, my scattered brothers and sisters in the Lord. Trust you know the Lord is with you wherever you find yourself scattered today, and that you know that his presence with you is more than enough for whatever you might face today. Well, I'm still scattered. I'm up here at Camp Sugar Pine near Oakhurst and by Little Lake. Really pretty up here. We are picking it up the second half of Mark chapter 3. And Jesus has appointed the 12. Jesus has gone to a home, and there's a huge crowd around him. And the house is just packed. And Jesus' mother and brothers have heard about what Jesus has been doing. They think he's lost his mind. He is casting out unclean spirits. He is claiming the authority to forgive sins. He is saying that he is Lord over the Sabbath. They think that Jesus has lost it. And so they've come to get Jesus and to take him home. But they haven't quite arrived yet. And before their arrival, we read about another group of people that arrived. And that's the teachers of the law from Jerusalem. They too have come to kind of get Jesus, to silence Jesus, because they don't just think Jesus has lost his mind. They are accusing Jesus of casting out demons by the prince of demons, by Beelzebul. They are attributing Jesus' authority to the devil instead of to God. And so Jesus challenges them on that, kind of puts them in their place. We looked at that last session, and how if they're accusing the Spirit of God as actually being the spirit of evil, then they've actually placed themselves outside the realm of salvation. How can they be saved if they're accusing the Spirit of God as being the spirit of the devil? So, not going to go back over that today, but now we move back to kind of the outer story. So that was a story inside the bigger story, and now this outer story is about Jesus' mother and brothers. And so now they arrive, and the house is so packed that they can't get in to see Jesus himself, so they send word in. And so the word gets to Jesus, Jesus, your mother and your brothers, they're outside waiting for you. And instead of Jesus going out to see his mother and brothers, he raises the question, who are my mother and my brothers? And then he looks around at those in front of him and he says, here are my mother and my brothers. And then Jesus goes on to make this statement, that whoever does the will of God, they are my brother and my sister and my mother. Wow. Right there, Jesus basically redefined family. So that family is not so much based on genetics, not so much based on, who are your biological parents or, what's your heritage. That family is rooted in, based upon who's doing the will of God. And if you're doing the will of God, then you're family with Jesus and you're family with each other. That really gives us something to think about. Family being redefined based upon obedience, not blood. We live in a world where everything is based on, family. It's all based on blood. Or maybe it's based on, money. Okay, but Jesus is redefining family based upon obedience to God. Whoever is doing God's will, that's my brother, that's my sister, that's my mother. If we want to be related to Jesus, it's not about, genetics, it's not about blood, it's about obedience. And so that gives us something to chew on today. How family are we? How family are we with Jesus? How family are we with each other? Again, Jesus' words. Whoever does the will of God, they are my brother and my sister and my mother. May we be family with Jesus, family together, doing the will of God. God bless. Have a great day. Let's be family.